Hey guys, 8-Bit Trip here, and I just wanted to spend some time today to talk to you about some of the feelings and ideas that I have about how BSG and the developers over there can potentially use what Reshade does for Escape from Tarkov and the way that the game looks to make it look better. Um, from my experience, the way that I started using Reshade was that um, I got on Twitch and not too probably about a month or two ago, and I think it was maybe Deadly Slob or somebody I don't know or um, using Reshade, and I was like, why does their game look so colorful and mine looks like shit? And so I started to look into it, and after thinking that the game or Reshade might put a virus on my computer, might not, I got it done, and then I was happy. Recently, with the developer blog, um, that happened about a month ago. Nikita said that it's going to be bannable, certain aspects are, and I was like, oh no. And it was because of exploits, and I was like, I didn't know that you can use Reshade to exploit, and if I do, I would like to know what part of Reshade is doing that for me. So right now, all this footage that you're seeing here, including this one where the recording of the video messed up after I took that painkiller, that is all. This is all Reshade, and I'll get into why I think some of this is important later because the details, texturing, and things like that are very important to me and how the game looks. This next one, I will. There's going to be a video coming up here that will be next, and it's going to be um, something that I can kind of re mask through to show you uh, what it looks like without and with it. So there are things that I also think Reshade does wrong, like kind of over doing the color within the maps and the style. Here's another clip here. Um, Both of these are live gameplay, so I'm taking them much slower and I'm kind of doing things on the side and not really just showing it. But like what I can see here is that the red on the walls are much more vibrant. The shadows are very I mean, they pop out. There's a lot more shadows inside the game than if there isn't reshade applied. The color allows the detail to come out on the guns. If you get to see the arm of your player whenever maybe looking down, you can. I mean, this is one thing I think Reshade does wrong. It looks pink and fleshy, which is unrealism to me. But nothing in the world to me should be some gray, neutral um, lack of fun, you know, look. This is a video game to me, and it's very immersive with or without what, uh, you know, basically with or without color in it. Um, and I'd be sad that Battle State Games can't take what the things that Riche does well with this game and maybe implement it into the game later instead of making this continuing to have this game at a very grayscale level. And you'll see the difference between what I'm about to do is because I removed Reshade because I want to get used to the game without it, and I started to essentially work with NVIDIA control panel recommended by Pastilli to make kind of bring my game back to life because the grayness of the game is just bland. There's no color differences. Everything is. I mean, what I mean by bland is that literally there's no detail on clothes, there's no detail on your guns, there's no detail in anything. And it frustrates me. This game can look so much better literally with just more color, you know? Um, And then that's it. Like if this game had more color, it would look a lot better. But instead, to me, it looks like just a bunch of trash. Um, I don't know why. And so this is I'm running around labs now offline, and there's a lot here. The ground is a big thing that I'm going to point out here. But I'm running around on labs here offline with just my NVIDIA coloring. Um, I walk through that door and I notice I turn around and just the darkness out in that out in that freaking hallway that I was in completely goes back to dark. Yet there's no color from the lit room traveling out, and there's no shadows coming from it. Why? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And then this room here, the most infamous room of labs to me, because I hate this hallway so much. I've died in here to not seeing other players so many times. I'm about to show you something that I can't believe hasn't been fixed yet, and it's this little color change here for absolutely no fucking reason that it happens. You walk over this line, and then boop, there it is. Yeah, it it gets really fucking dark all of a sudden, and the game can't decide whether or not this hallway is supposed to have, a brightness to it, or if it's supposed to be fucking dark. I don't get it. Um, and I don't understand what's happening in this hallway. I'm not a developer. I don't create fucking game levels, but what happens here doesn't make any sense to me. And you keep on going throughout the rest of the map, and you go down the hallway behind you, like I'm about to do, here in a second, and it continues with this color spectrum. So something inside that one little area, devoid of all shadows, all color, just fucks it all up, and it looks like it. Why is that there? It's been there since probably the release of Labs, and which I came in last patch, so I don't know what the game looked like at any time before this. 11.3, I believe, is whenever I started. Um, but um, you know, this is it. The ground, you see rubble everywhere. That hallway is still very dark. The light coming off of the ceiling from the light bulbs doesn't really travel anywhere. It's just a spotlight on the ground. And there's no reflection anywhere on the sides. Even if it is there, it doesn't seem real to me. Like that's not real reflection. It doesn't look real. It looks less real than the popping color that Reshade can provide. And this is again with NVIDIA filters even on the game, and you're gonna see how terrible this game looks here in a moment once I get up these stairs, and I'm going to remove my NVIDIA filters, and you're going to watch the color scheme change to what most people have to deal with if they don't even know that this can exist. And it's about to happen here in a second. So, and right here, I'm going to do it. And I just think that this looks awful. You know, Whenever reshade happened and I ran through this hallway at the beginning of this video, I agree. These blue lights were very vibrant, and that was unreal. That's kind of unreal to me. That's something that can be worked on and fixed. But this here is gray and unnatural, more so to the fact than whatever those blue lights are supposed to be giving us. Um, you know, like without reshade, whatever that blue light there is supposed to be providing on the walls, on the ground, on my gun, there's just a certain type of grayness filter on it that doesn't make any sense to me. And now these are comparative shots of reshade on the right, and no reshade on the left of the videos I showed you earlier. Right here is my favorite with the shadows. um, and then the reflection and shadows just the opposite side looking at that fucking air vent on the wall. And it's just a huge difference to me that the shadows are so much more real. I like shadows, I like light, I like reflections in my game. I like the color, I like the vibrance. um, and it's just it looks real to me. Why can't the game, you know, have color and look nice? I want reshade in my game because I like the color. I've died in this hallway plenty of times because just in this one area, I walk through the door and somebody's hiding in that fucking corner and I can't see them because the fucking lighting inside this hallway is absolute shit. So I just think that Battlestate games can do a whole lot with improving this. Right here, I don't know why this happens, but those red canisters there look nice here. I mean, they look decent, and then you can't fucking see them. Like, why is that? Why does that exist, man? I don't understand why this is, in the game. Uh, I wish it can just be improved upon. I want it to be better. I want the color to be adjusted by the developers and maybe a way, and that's why I'm voicing my opinion. This is back with NVIDIA filters to kind of show you what NVIDIA filter looks like in this hallway, at least if you want to possibly make it a little bit better so you can see better in this hallway, because it, it shouldn't be that unnatural that I can't see 2 feet in front of me whenever there should be all natural type. Well, I guess it's unnatural type of lighting up the room. There's luminescent on the ground. There's a lit uh, a generator room that you come from that should have light flowing into this area, and so many different types of things that should be affecting the lighting of this hallway. Um, but it doesn't make sense. And it seems that at one point in this hallway, it's supposed to look one way, and another point in this hallway, it's supposed to look another way. I prefer whenever the light shifts to brighter. Um, this is how it should look right here, but for some reason, it looks like this. And it, yeah, it's just I'm not happy about it. Um, because I want this game to be amazing. This game has been, I have 1,400 hours in this game. I want this game to be everything that um, you know BSG wants it to be because I feel like it's what I want it to be. But thanks, guys. I hope I got a point across somewhere, and I'll see you next time.